Hello, good morning, and my name is Dermatologist and my matrix number is PN231100070. And today I'm going to talk about my topic, which is dermatology. Right? So first, I'm going to talk about what is dermatology. First of all, dermatology is a branch of medicine that focuses on the study, diagnosis, and treatments of conditions related to the skin, hair, and nails. Medical professionals specialized in dermatology are called dermatologists, and they address a wide range of skin-related issues. This field encompasses both medical and surgical aspects, ranging from common skin problems to more complex conditions. But today, I'm going to focus more about the skin. Generally, skin is one of the best universal indicator of general health because it is readily accessible. It is considered in the differential diagnosis of almost every disease, and the skin provides protections of the body from environmental effects such as abrasions, harmful substances, and invading microorganisms. And it is containment for the body structures and vital substances which prevent dehydrations. Heat regulation through the evaporations of sweat and the dilations or constrictions of superficial blood vessels. And next, it is important for sensations as well as synthesis of storage of vitamin D. Okay, to know more about skin, let us start with its anatomy and physiology. First, skin has components such as hair follicle, sebaceous gland, sweat glands, epidermis, dermis, and subcutaneous layer. Hair follicle, it produces hair and contributes to sensory function as well as thermal regulations. And the sebaceous gland secretes sebum and oily substance that moisturizes the skin and antimicrobial properties. Sweat gland helps regulate body temperature by producing a watery sweat that evaporates the skin surface. In skin, there is also epidermis, dermis, and the subcutaneous layer. Epidermis has a keratinized epithelium that provides protective outer surface. It has tough, horny superficial layer that provides a protective outer surface, which overlying its regenerative and pigmented tip or basal layer, and it is a vasculate. Dermis stores dense layers of interlacing collagen, and these fibers provide skin tones and account for the strength and toughness of the skin. Lastly, the subcutaneous layer, it composed mostly of connective tissues and stored fat and contains sweat glands, superficial blood vessels, lymphatic vessels, and cutaneous nerves. It provides most of the body's fat storage, so its thickness varies greatly depending on the person's nutritional state. So the figure shows the histology of the skins. As you can see here, skin, it is divided into three layers, which are the epidermis, the dermis, and the subcutaneous tissues. But then the epidermis then further divides into 5 layers. It starts from stratum basal or basal layer. It is the deepest layer of the epidermis, consisting of a single layer of columnar or cuboidal cells in close contact with the basement membrane. It is actively involved in cell divisions to replenish the upper layers of the epidermis. Also, it contains melanocytes, which produce pigments of melanin for the skins. Next is the stratum spinosum. It is located above the stratum basal. It consists of several layers of polygonal cells with spiny projections. Cells in this layer are connected by desmosomes. It provides strength and flexibility to the skin. It is involved in synthesis of keratin, which is a structure of proteins that contributes to the skin's toughness. So the third one is the stratum granulosum. It comprises of 3 to 5 layers of flattened cells which contain granules filled with keratohyalin, a protein precursor to keratin. It begins the process of keratinization, which is conversion of cells into tough and insoluble keratin. Cells in this layer are transitioning from metabolically active to keratin forming. So next is the stratum lucidum. It can be recognized only in palmar and the plantar skin. Lastly is the stratum corneum. The stratum corneum, it is the outermost layer consisting of multiple layers of flattened, fully keratinized cells that are continuously shed and replaced. It provides a protective barrier against external factors which prevent water loss and protect against pathogens. The high keratin content makes this layer resistant to abrasions. Next is the biochemistry that relates to the skin. So activity of melanocytes, it will affect the color of the skin. Alpha melanocyte stimulating hormone, alpha NSH, is a peptide hormone that plays a crucial role in the regulations of skin pigmentations. So it is produced by the pituitary gland in the brain, and it acts as melanocytes, the specialized cells in the skin that are responsible for producing the pigment melanin. Alpha-melanocyte-stimulating hormone stimulates the productions of eumelanin, which is the darker pigment, and to lesser extent, it inhibits the productions of pheomelanin, which is the lighter pigment. Productions of the alpha MSH is influenced by factors such as exposures to the UV radiations, stress, and maybe some of certain hormonal changes. So, enzyme tyrosinase in skin will then synthesize this melanin. It converts the aminotyrosines into DOPA, which is the further process to form melanin. Higher levels of eumelanin results in darker skin, while increased pheomelanin, which contributes to lighter skin tones. Moving on to the skin diseases that relate to skin. So one of the diseases that relate to skin is the lipoma. It is a common tumor on the head, neck, and shoulder, and also arms. So this lipoma is actually benign, which is not cancerous, but it will slowly growing tumors of fat cells. The lumps are dome-shaped, feel fluffy, smooth, and easily movable. So it will grow under the skin, and it is formed due to the overgrowth of the fat cells. Clinically, lipomas are generally characterized by their slow growth, soft and movable texture, and painless nature. While they are typically harmless, medical attention may be sought if a lipoma causes discomfort, pain, or if there are cosmetic concerns. And one significant aspect is the influence of genetics. Lipomas, it can exhibit familial tendency, which suggests a hereditary component. Individuals with family histories of lipomas, it may be exposed to developing these benign tumors. Trauma or injury to a specific area may serve as a trigger for lipoma growth. And steroid injections can be used to shrink the lipoma, and it can be removed either by surgery or by liposuction. So next is acne. Acne are usually encountered in adolescents due to some hormonal changes. The sites of acne are usually at the face, the neck, the ears, the upper back, and the anterior chest and shoulders. It happens when acne produces much sebum. There are several types of acne lesions, which are comedones, papules, pustules, nodules, cysts, and scars. There are two types of comedones, which are open comedones and closed comedones. Closed comedones are easily felt and seen and has no inflammations. It often seen at the forehead and cheeks. Open comedones or blackheads are dilated hair follicles. It is burn-up inflammatory lesions may leave multi-headed blackheads, especially on the upper trunks and the shoulder. As for papules and pustules, it is a types that it may be itch or quite painful. Papules develop rapidly, and after some time it will evolve into pustular. However, with increasing severity and as inflammations extend deeper, the size of visible and palpable lesion increases and cause deep-seated nodules and cysts. Lastly, the final inflammatory pathway of acne is scarring. The treatments are usually used for acne are benzoyl peroxides, retinoids, sulfur, and astringents, and topical antiseptics. Then for the pathogenesis of acne, it usually starts with the androgens, and these androgens will stimulate the increase of sebum productions, which is the main cause of any acne productions. And the hair follicles with particularly large sebaceous glands, which is usually on the face, the neck, the chest, and the back, will become blocked by hyperkeratosis, and this results in the closed comedone within the follicle. And obligate anaerobe, which is the Propionibacterium acnes, proliferates, and these organisms act on sebum, which releasing inflammatory chemicals, and this leak into the surrounding dermis, and the body mounts an intense acute inflammatory response, which results in the productions of the papule, pustules, or nodules, and this will further evolve into cystic acne. Lastly is my favorite Malaysian dermatologist, which is Dr. Sandra Siupin Rebish, or Dr. Sandra Lee. She is actually a Malaysian, but currently working in America. So she was born in December 20, 1970, also known as Dr. Pimple Popper, which is an YouTuber, also known for her online videos and her TV series, which are the Dr. Pimple Popper series. So Dr. Sandra Lee has not only garnered for fame among Americans, but also Malaysian netizens. She is a board-certified dermatologist and a member of the American Academy of Dermatology, the American Academy of Cosmetic Surgery, and the American Society for Dermatology Surgery, and the American Society of MOHS Surgery. She has a wide experience in dermatology, as she had fellowship training in laser, dermatologic, and cosmetic surgery with the internationally recognized cosmetic surgeon and dermatologist, which is Dr. Richard Fitzpatrick of Dermatology Associates of San Diego. That's all from me, and thank you.